Move the power cord.
I already took it out. I mean, it's like at the top of it.
I'm moving the display one.
The display one?
How did Ryan get that on?
That's what I'm saying. So that's the power cord for sure?
Yeah.
So what is this? See, I don't know how to do none of this stuff. Like, I don't know why they chose me to do all this. I suck at this.
A common misconception when it comes to video games is that because it's online, you don't need to be in a physical location. Probably the least known aspect of competitive gaming is that even though, yes, we can compete online, whoever has the host has an advantage. Because then you're dealing with millisecond difference where that means you can defend a crossover properly, you can't defend a crossover properly. Shane from Raptors Uprising reached out and said, hey, we've got a tough schedule coming up. You guys have a tough schedule coming up. What do you think about us coming down to Detroit? One of the key things that a boot camp gives us is the opportunity to play a very large quantity of games in a short period of time. When there's $600,000 on the line in 5 weeks and teams are still struggling and trying their hardest to make playoffs, it allows us to try out people in different positions and people in different archetypes that we wouldn't otherwise get a chance to do.
I jump over his head right now. I bet you don't. But I can jump. If I touch his shoulders, I can jump over him. I bet you don't.
No, this is not happening. It's not happening.
I bet you don't.
It's not happening.
Come on, I ain't gonna hit you.
No, I'm not breaking my back.
You know my eyes, bro. Come on,
no.
In week one, we had the tough opponents, the Mavs, and we played against the Celtics. The Dallas game, we kind of got blew out. We really wasn't prepared for what was in store. We turned around and played against the Celtics. In that game, we pretty much controlled the whole game, like the whole tempo.
Bang, he's got 5.
And we had like a bad breakdown.
Baseline. Back-to-back buckets for
of 10 plus points within like 3 minutes. A couple of bad miscommunications, and they end up beating us in like overtime.
About to be the #1 team in the league.
At the time in week 3, the 76ers were the best team. They were coming off the tip-off tournament win. Really passed the ball well that game. Our whole team did. Probably one of our most assist-heavy games as a team. We went 5 out. We had a perfect game plan. That was definitely one of our best wins of the season.
Blazers game, the last second shot, the Yusuf shot, and then me and Josh gave up a corner 3. We thought the game was over. We didn't think it was going to overtime. Like going into overtime, we was down, and they just had the momentum, and they carried away with it.
What's going on, guys? Guys, you know Adam?
Yeah.
Uprising. Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills.
This is the same place with Gerber.
I'll calm you down, boy.
Lock you down, boy.
I'll calm you down. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming.
4 weeks remaining. Every team in this league, I don't think they signed up to win the tip-off tournament, the ticket, the turn. Like, I think everybody's here to win that championship. So this is a part of the year where you turn the gears up, turn it up, and just, lock in. Like, there's only 7 remaining spots. The teams that don't want it are gonna fizzle out. The teams that really want it, they're gonna make their way on up and figure a way to get in.
In week 5, I started to wear a headband for the first time. Now people calling me Headband Josh. Put the headband on, and that was my best game of Pure Sharp. My man barely scored, and I scored 13, which is the most I ever scored in Pure Sharp, still to this day, so I'm rocking with the headband now. Week 6, we played the Wizards. Nobody wants to play them. They have the second leading scorer in the league, Boot Painter. So we knew we had to lock down, and in the 3rd, we just came out strong. I think we went on an 8-0 run. They made a little push in the 4th, but we just kept our composure like, they can't stop us. We did that, and we came out with a victory.
We was on a 2-game win streak. We felt like we was one of the best teams out there. So we was really confident. We was like, all right, we got them. This is our game. Like, let's go 3-0 right here. And I think we're looking past to the next team that we're playing. And, the tournament coming up, we made a lot of mental mistakes. And, it ended up costing us, a dub. Week 8, we played a 5-out offense. I was back at the shooting guard. My job was just knock down threes, and that's what I did for the majority of the game. And Kenny had the ball most of the game. We hit our shots. At 4th quarter, I had a 3 that put us up 4. Our coach, Ogie, he's like slapped the chair like 4 times. His hand was like burning red.
the game came down to the end and we executed and got the win.
Tickle was the final tournament of the season. We had the 2nd seed going into it. We were playing the Knicks, who had the 15th seed, so we were confident. Their point guard, who's usually not a scorer, he's usually a facilitator, went off for 30. We respected him too much the whole game. We didn't make the right adjustments. Got it within 3. They just kept making free throws and time ran out. So we lost by 5, I think. And the Knicks went on to win the whole tournament. So now they have a playoff spot, so we got to fight even harder the rest of the season to get our playoff spot.
Hey, Quay, just watch out for the back doors for me, all right?
The standings, we're sitting at 4 and 6. It's a lot of teams sitting at like 5 and 5. But the good thing is those teams play against each other. So we know some team got to lose. And we also play a few of those teams. So I feel like if we go 4-0, hands down, we'll be in the playoffs.
Okay, you guys want to come see these lineups that Ogie put forward and see what one you guys want to try next? Can the rim slashers shoot consistently, or could the rim slashers shoot?
No. We done. What I'm talking about, man. Come on.
This game we're putting Matt on Josh, and if they run the same lineup, and I'm guarding Trey, Joe's guarding Kenny.
Walk it out.
Hey, Kenny, you see that? Oh, man.
Yo, let's try something on defense. The shit they do to us. Let me guard ball, put Joe on Kenny. I'm going dead zone.
We're all like kind of like a fraternity, you know. It's just like we're really close. Like as much as we want to beat each other, that's game day. But outside of that, we're very helpful with each other when it comes to like, you know, why do you think this isn't working? And they'll give you an honest opinion. Or with them, they ask us like, what do you think about me on this position rather than that position? I'll give an honest opinion. So it works both ways. That's what the boot camp is for. It's to help each other out. And I think the Raptors are doing a good job of that.
Definitely appreciate you guys for coming.
Trey a dog.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for everything.
Appreciate it. It's good meeting you.
Thank you for coming out, guys. Really appreciate it.
We glitched him out and everything. He tried to do to me one first play he checked in at the 5. He tried to do the first play.
Every time I look at the standings, I feel like we should be 8 and 3. That's how I look at it, but you know, I try not to look at them because we're 4 and 6. We got a big game ahead of us, and that's what we focused on. I love our chances of getting in, you know. I feel like it's gonna come down to point differential. We're down, but we're not out of it.